Okay, we have a new game. 2300 opponent. Let's go with the Dutch defense. Let's see if we're gonna get a Stonewall here. Okay, d5 or bishop to b4. I think bishop to b4 is more accurate here. Yeah, now we can just go for the Stonewall. Normally the Stonewall is not good when they play bishop to f4 very early and they don't go into a Catalan setup, which this looked like to be the case, but now that we've taken on c3, he doesn't want to spoil his pawn structure, so he has to capture with the bishop. Okay, let's go into a typical Stonewall with c6. Knight d7 is a standard move. And now queen e8 or queen d7. I don't want queen to e7 because of the spin they get sometimes here. So is he threatening to push e4? Or can I take and then play knight to b6? Pawn takes c4, knight b6. Attacking the knight, he has to go back. Then I can go to d5, but if he plays, maybe if he plays e4, then I have a very bad pawn structure, because after the captures I'm left with a weak pawn on e6. So we can actually wait here. Can we wait? Can we wait? Yeah, let's do this. I don't want to play with this weak pawn on e6. I'm already quite a bit down on the clock. So, okay, let's step away from this diagonal. Is taking any good? Let's try this. I'm gonna have to play with the weak e pawn now. Okay. He's not really threatening to take here, is he? Now this knight is not ideally placed here, so yeah, okay. If he plays e5, that's just really good for me. Let's try this. And maybe even push f4, pushing his knight to h1. It should be very good. Now maybe I should just go for it. Maybe I should just go for it. Oh, really? But then I take with a check. Then I simply take with a check. Okay, if I take with the rook, he has this discovery. So we need to take with the pawn here. And now after d5, what is he doing after d5? Okay, I'm up a pawn. He will recover this one, but if I take and then play knight to g5, am I not just okay? Yeah, but he's gonna capture with the... But I don't have to capture. I don't have to take his queen. So let him take first and then just maintain this very strong knight on this square. If he takes, I just capture, and I would say maybe I'm even better here. He doesn't want to exchange here. That's very strange. If I play king to g7, maybe he has rook to g2. But wait. What if I just do this? Let's win the exchange, threatening a checkmate as well on g2. So he needs to do something about it. Oh, he resigns. Excellent, excellent. That was a very good game, actually. But I think he kind of collapsed psychologically, because the moment he realized he's not better, he's potentially even worse. He made this dubious intermediate move, um, hoping to be ahead first, but he didn't see I was taking with a check. So he should have just taken his time there, I think. But let's see what happens in the analysis. Please stay with me. Here we have another Dutch defense. Here, I think that in this f3 setup, taking this knight is a mistake. And I think that that is why I did not get a good position in this game. I mean, obviously he did not play well. He was playing kind of carelessly. Did he think he had a completely winning position? Did he not pay attention? I don't know. But here, this capture is not good, simply because you can never play knight to e4, which is normally the standard Dutch defense plan when you take on c3. Now that's not possible, and you've given up the bishop pair for no reason, essentially. So from here, I simply got a deteriorating position, because let's face it, the only viable plan against the Dutch defense is if white manages somehow to play e4 after f3. There are many transpositions to this, especially from the Catalan opening, where they play f3 e4, and it's not like it's the end of the world. This can happen under favorable circumstances for you, which is not the case here. Because if you start taking on e4, you end up with this backward isolated pawn, which is simply not good. And that is something I failed to recognize here. But again, it all happened after this capture on c3. As a matter of fact, what you should play there when they play bishop to d2 is simply c5 with an equal game. So here I failed. I fell for this standard white plan against the Dutch defense, especially against the Dutch Stonewall, and I just got a bad position. So luckily for me, either he assumed that he was completely winning here and did not pay attention, because this just takes with a check, and now I'm equal here, because I'm up 2 pawns. Taking this pawn is kind of dangerous, so I'm up 2 pawns essentially. If I consolidate with, let's say, knight to d5, and then I'm just kind of okay now. So yeah, that is something he failed to recognize, and he just allows this fork, which is the end of the game. So luckily for me here, the opening did not backfire in the way it should have really.